I love to see the symbols on the map, the cross, the less than 4 metres wide road, the pub, named even. And I love to see us as symbols in everything we saw.
It's massive, Pat!
No, you can't do a Geordie accent. It's a very hard one to get right.
It is, you're right. It is captivating, though. I mean, this actually is when art really has a rallying cry. I don't know, I think there's something really interesting in emotional expression. Whether it's in sculpture, music, poetry. I mean, actually, I wonder whether or not we should be talking to artists on this trip.
I think it will be interesting. I don't think you'll get any hard answers.
Well, that's so you, always the practical.
We are trying to find the secret of a lasting relationship, and currently, looking everywhere for that answer. I suppose the question is whether poetry and other forms of art, other places to look.
Well, I think inevitably, given what the whole sort of thrust of my life is, I would very much say that. I think love poems are actually the hardest to write.
Do you have a feeling about how poetry can capture emotion?
I always remember a friend of mine saying to me that when they were feeling sort of ratty and unappreciative of the old daily grind, and he said that there was a certain piece of music that he always played just to remind him of how lucky he was and what he'd got. And I think poetry can do that also. By the Brathay and the underwater bubbles that began us, an M for completion by moonlight. And all over, right in full, the dazzle of this world.
Look what you've done to my wife, Helen.
The bubbles.
That's incredible. That's really beautiful.
Lovely. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
It's so lucky. Ah.
You read a poem, and actually the reason that I cried when she was reading out Brathay is because it reminded me so much of what makes me happy with you. And actually I just had a moment where I was looking out over the hills behind her, and I just was excited to live this experience with you. Just felt really, really personal.
I didn't get any practical advice, but she reminded me how lucky we are.
I think for me that's what I took out of it, the awareness. Poetry makes you aware of what you've got.